where people's hardware, let's say they have 8 GB of RAM, isn't good enough now to use Premiere Pro. Now, you're probably wondering, if you do use Premiere Pro and you are knowledgeable about it, you know that it's a strong editing app. So you're probably thinking, if you have 8 GB of RAM, why are you using Premiere Pro when there's other editing apps out there? You have iMovie. Well, I would say DaVinci, but it also is powerful, and it's actually more powerful than Premiere Pro. But you have all these, you do have other options out there, especially if you have a MacBook or something, then you have Final Cut Pro built into that. But still, 8 GB of RAM is 8 GB of RAM. We know that it's not a lot, but it's the bare minimum of what's allowed for these apps. Now, DaVinci, I will say, I don't know enough about it, so I don't know. I know it's more powerful. I don't know what the minimum is, but I know for Premiere Pro that 8 GB of RAM is the bare minimum of what you can have. My thing is this: if they know this and they know that people want more RAM and they're putting these computers out there, why ever in the first place make these computers with 8 GB of RAM? It doesn't make any sense, especially if it's like Apple or something. And I'll be honest, I love either or, but I definitely like Apple products more because they're built more for what I do. Now, I could go and get a computer built and spend thousands and thousands of dollars and get all the specs and everything punched in there and be able to upgrade and really have no ceiling. But I will say, with like iMacs and MacBook Pros, not that a laptop is the greatest anyway, it's good for what it is, you know. And I'm not even saying that in a way of like I love Apple products. I honestly do. I have an iPhone. I've had what do you call it? Like the tablets. I don't know why I can't think of what it's called, but I've had various Apple products, and I know that they're not just a company with a label. They are good companies. And it's kind of funny because I mentioned Apple yesterday in my video. But getting back to what I was saying about the computer, I could, you know, put money into it and buy this or piece together this great computer and have somebody build this computer for me. But financially, I'm just not there. I'm not ready to drop $5,000 to $10,000 on a computer, because honestly, if you want something that's just a complete monster and it can handle 8K and VFX and all kinds of just wild specs that you'd want, and like the highest GPU and CPU and RAM, and have no cutoff, then your best bet is going with a build, having somebody build you a computer or figuring it out on your own. I'm not that techie. Could I do it? Maybe, but I would definitely have someone build it for me. But I'm just not at that point where I would have someone build me a computer. Maybe in the future, you know, if I start really like making some good money off of my YouTube channel, of course. But like for what it is and what like the iMac and other things that Apple has, they do offer a good they do offer a good machine for video editing, because again, that's what they're designed for, creators in mind, whether it's music, whether it's graphic design or video editing and other things. Yeah, the thing about the 8 GB RAM, I don't understand what the point is of doing such a thing. Like, why make hardware like that? Like, it's okay for an iPad. That's the name that I was trying to think of when I said tablet. I get it for like an iPad, or maybe some kind of like using less RAM for a notebook, or some type of maybe a Chromebook or something like that. It's understandable, but it's like there's a lot of people out there that like have done research, but maybe not have done thorough research, or don't know how to do thorough research, and bought a piece of equipment that they thought was better, offered better specs, and now they're stuck with a computer or a laptop that can't edit, can't do it, bottlenecks, has multiple problems, and if you're not really, again, if you're not doing proper research and you don't know these things, then it's very easy for these companies to take advantage of you. And I know, given my video yesterday, kind of like talking about Black Friday, and I know I kind of spoke negatively about it. That wasn't necessarily my goal, and it's not necessarily my goal now to speak against companies. That's not what I'm doing. It just so happens that the next video, this video being, is a video where I'm targeting this type of thing, like these type of companies. It just happened that way. I promise you, this is not a series that I'm starting where I'm attacking things. So I don't want it to come off that way. It's just like, there's plenty of people out there that have had Premiere Pro, because this is the whole point of why I'm talking about this. They had Premiere Pro, they had it for 2 years, maybe longer, and then all of a sudden they were just like, nope, you have no more access granted to our software. Not unless you have 16 gigabytes of RAM or higher. So people that have had this for years, like I'm saying, are now just like kicked to the curb, and they're paying $60, over $60 to use Adobe Premiere Pro. It's expensive. I don't know how many people on here, if you're watching, use Adobe, but it's expensive. It's 62 some dollars. And that's if you have other things that are tied to it. If you have Photoshop, it's like another $20, like, or whatever. Like, there's a couple things there that Adobe offers. And if you don't have this top-notch computer that can handle it, it's just, oh well, we're not going to allow you to use our software. You can bypass it, and this thing will come up where it's like system compatibility report, and you can bypass it by unchecking the box. But the problem is, when you go to edit, that part in the timeline, as far as editing itself, may work, but when you go to save it, you get a black screen, or it could be your what do you call it? Your graphics card isn't up to date. So now you're trying all these things to figure out what the problem is. Do I have enough space? Is it because of, maybe not using local C when I'm using Premiere Pro? There's just a number of things you have to go through to figure out what the problem is. And it's like, it's just crazy that they're just allowed to do something like that and take that away from you. I get it. At the end of the day, you're really renting it. When you're paying a monthly fee, you don't own it. I get it. But they shouldn't be allowed to charge you, knowing if you try to get in there and you can't, and it's not working. Well, first of all, there should be some type of like hotline or number you can call and actually talk to somebody. Because in certain situations, like YouTube, for example, if you have a problem that actually, like, that needs to be fixed and it's immediate, there's no way to do it without going through a series of like filling this out here and hoping for the best. You know what I mean? Like, I'll fight this, but it's like the same thing with that. Like, there's no way to talk to somebody and be like, here's my issue. I can tell you in 2 seconds what's going on here. Can we address this? I mean, the fact that they are just allowed to charge you and be like, and no, because if you have an account with them, there's no way they don't know. I'm sorry. It's just like YouTube. I get it to some aspect. Like, there's computers running these things, but there's still somebody overseeing these things. There still is. And in this situation, there's just no reason why you should be paying X amount of dollars if you're not using that editing app. Like, if it's not allowing you to use it, there should be an option at the very least that goes, do I want to permanently terminate my account with Adobe? Do I want to temporarily disable my account because I can't get in and I can't use it? So what is this? There are 15 people watching you. Shut up and don't talk nonsense. What the hell are you talking about? How is this nonsense? I'm speaking about Adobe Premiere Pro. If you don't like it, you can leave. Simple as that. I don't think I'm being an a-hole. This is my YouTube. Anyway, I'll continue and ignore that. So the fact that they're able to do that is a huge problem. And you put trust in these companies, and for them to just pull the rug out in front of you like that, out from under you, it's just not cool. You know what I mean? I mean, definitively, me coming on here and saying this, is there a solution? No, but it highlights the fact that it's wrong, and also highlights the fact that if you are using it, or you thinking about using it, keep this in mind. If you don't have a computer that has 16 gigabyte RAM, it's not even just that, or an updated CPU, or a GPU, especially one that's not like integrated, because it makes it harder when it's kind of all together, then you can't use Adobe Premiere Pro, and you're just shit out of luck. And let's be honest, like, other than DaVinci and Premiere and Final Cut, what do you really have that's good, that's capable of doing technical edits? I mean, you have CapCut, you have iMovie, but that's for very simple editing. That's not for complex editing at all. So if you're doing simple edits, then you're fine, but I just think it's wrong. That's the overall argument here, that it's very wrong for a company to keep charging you and deny you access when you've been using for 2, 3, 4 years. So this is more kind of a rant, but it's also to let people know and educate people and say, if you want to start editing, make sure that you have a good computer to if you want to go with DaVinci or Adobe Premiere Pro, because you're just going to be like, you're going to be turned away. But here's the thing I will say: if this was a problem from the gate, why not like bring it to light when someone tried to download it the first time? Like, why all of a sudden, like, this is an update, so now all of a sudden we're going to make it an issue? Like, you have to think about the consumers. You have to think about the people that already have your product and use your product. Like, that's like me driving this car that I'm driving, and then one day I go out and it's like, we did an update, so now your key doesn't work to your car, so now you can't drive your car. So I don't know, point proven here. I mean, this is why I wanted to come on here, so now you know that they're doing that. It's really messed up that they are doing that. It shouldn't be allowed, but we live in a world now where, unfortunately, you don't own a lot of things, even if you own it. What's up, bud? Not much. In between work right now. Literally, I don't mean that like I'm jobless. I mean, I am literally just like paused. The topic's about Adobe Premiere Pro and their new update not allowing people that have lower RAM specs are able to continue with their account with Adobe. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I just finished talking about it, but I was just saying that it's wrong that people that have been using it, there's this new update that happened about a few weeks ago, and people that have been using it that maybe don't have a whole lot of RAM, but they have the minimum, it's now changed. Adobe has now changed their minimum to 16. So, and I'll tell you this much. If you go on there, it does, I don't know what it says now, but I know a few weeks ago, it said that 8 was still allowed, but it's like, why would you really use 8? But still, it said it was allowed still. But then the CPU is low, and I know firsthand that isn't the issue, because there's a collective of people that I talk to, and they have updated everything you could possibly update with their computer and are still not granted access to use an app that they pay monthly for. So that's what the topic was about, What's the next topic? I don't know. I mean, we'll see. This wasn't planned. I honestly was just like, I seen something that reminded me about Adobe Premiere Pro, and I was like, you know what? Like, this whole this whole upgraded thing with them, it's just wrong. And I was like, you know what? I got a little time here, so I'll go live. But it's not just Adobe. You see other companies doing this sort of thing. But what I will say is, regardless of what the scenario is, at least at least help the consumer out, the person that's been a customer for however many years, even if they've been with you for a few months, whatever. As long as they are paying you, you got to accommodate them. You can't just cut them off and just be like, well, and then just expect them to pay or charge them. Like, at least like discontinue it. At least when you go to it. Like, if I wasn't using Premiere Pro and I took a couple months off, let's say I don't edit videos a lot and I get back on YouTube or whatever I'm using it for, at least address them when you go to get on it. Send them some type of thing. Hey, this is our new requirement. We don't want you to keep paying money for this. It's not going to work. You don't meet the requirements, your computer, whatever it is, you need to update this and that. And until that happens, we're like, you know what I mean? Like, we're postponing your account. So we're not going to charge you because you can't use it. When you get on and sign on or whatever, and you start using our app, then we can charge you. It's as simple as that. Oh, well, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Philadelphia. I don't know where you're at, but it's like 4:47 right now. It gets dark in the next like 10 minutes. Yeah. So. I don't know who this person is, the one person, but it's like, what an ignorant thing to say. Oh, well, I'm not gonna call them out. I don't. Honestly, like, I've dealt with so many people. Just, you get good people, you get bad people. So it is what it is. You get trolls. You get people that just wanna say stuff just to say stuff, either for attention or whatever. Where is everybody from? I'm good. I wouldn't say the best, but you know, I'm gonna keep it 100. It could be better. I've had a series of things happen this past month that were pretty serious and not good. But you know, I could wallow in it, or I could try and make the best of it, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. Oh wow, what part of China? I know I said East Coast. Did I say Philadelphia by chance? Because that's where I'm from. I'm not from Philadelphia, but I've been living in Philadelphia for the past 3 years. That's cool. Shenzhen. I would love to travel overseas, and I would love to go to China. I've been basically everywhere in the US, aside from like Montana, or I've never been to like Detroit. What else? I think that's it. I've been everywhere else. Where am I right now? I'm in Philadelphia. Like, I'm not sure what part of Philadelphia I'm in right now, to be honest. I think, I really don't know. I can't really check right now while I'm on here. Yeah, but I got a couple of minutes still, so. So, what is, I mean, I've only seen China from like shows and different things. Which country do I want to visit the most? That's a good question. Well, I know it's kind of the opposite. China's definitely one. I'd also like to go to Japan, to be honest with you. I'd also very much so would like to go to England. These are like the forefronts that I'm thinking about that come to mind. I think Italy would be pretty cool. I mean, to be honest with you, I want to go everywhere, but if I had to choose, like, oh, I don't know what that is. If I had to choose, those are like the first 4 or 5 places that I'd like to visit. There's also a lot of like I think let's see. There's also like tropical places I'd like to go to. Like Aruba and stuff like that. There's intense competition here in China. Really, like what do you mean by that? Like, there's intense competition here. You mean like with like companies, like products, like things like that? Or let's see how much time I got. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's wild. Isn't it like Monday through Sunday, like every day, and you just have a longer break? Or am I wrong? Like, you go to school every day, right? Like, you don't have weekends off. Man, that's a lot. How do you feel about it? Oh, you do have weekends. Okay. That's good. I wonder what I heard, because I thought I heard a while ago that maybe I have it confused with another country, but I heard that they have school every single day. I don't know. It was a while ago that I heard that. What's everybody getting into? What time is it there right now in China? What up? That's good. Man, 14 hours of school though. Yeah, it's chilly up here. It's cold. You gotta have something. I mean, I'm in my car. I got the heat on, but I'm kind of in and out of my car, and it's like 40 degrees here right now. Maybe colder than that. Now that the sun is going down, it's gonna be more like 30, 35. So it gets pretty cold. Pennsylvania, I don't know if any of you guys that are in this chat right now have been to Pennsylvania, but the weather is so inconsistent. One day it's windy and cold, the next day it's warm. It could be snowing the following day. It's just unpredictable. You just never know. And even the weather people, like, yes, they have tools to tell. They have like forecast and whatever, and like, you know, computers and whatnot to let them know what the weather is going to be like. But even for them, like, there's plenty of times where they're saying like, we're not going to have any rain today, and then it rains. And so Boston, God bless you and your family. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. God bless you and your family as well. It might sound fun, but I can promise you that it kind of sucks. Like, we get 4 seasons here, which means we get spring, summer, fall, winter. And I mean, if, you know, like the Eric there, you're from Boston, so you understand what I'm saying. It's like, it's cool because you get the variety, but I'm telling you, like, when it gets cold and it's like frigid, like, it sucks. Like, if it's like really, really cold, everything gets all iced over, like, it can be pretty brutal. And East Coast winters are pretty damn brutal. They are. Plus, we also have a mixture because of like where we are and on that side of the East Coast. I don't know how different it is from here to Boston, but I know in like Pennsylvania, it's like we get those storms that come up through Florida. Too hot in the summer, too hot in the cold in the winter. Yeah, exactly. Like, we have a ton of humidity, and that leads to, like, what happens with that is during the summer, it gets so hot, and it just keeps building off of that till eventually it breaks and it causes rain, because when you have too much moisture in the air, it pretty much gives way. Like, you're mixing, like, you're getting like cold fronts and like and like when it's like super hot like that, and then it just like, I don't know, just some type of like chemical reaction going on or whatever, and then it'll be like raining. So summers for us are hot and humid. Spring only lasts for like a few weeks, and then you're pretty much thrown into summer, and it gets so hot that, like I said, it just like it'll be so hot and it'll be so muggy and like sticky and humid, and then it'll just start raining. And I don't mean just like, you know, one day or whatever. Like, you'll get like whole weeks of rain. It's like a cycle, you know? You get whole weeks of rain, and then it's back to square one where it's, you know, it's just summer again, and it's warm, but then it repeats the cycle, and it does that pretty much all summer long. By the way, what do you do for a living? I create content. I'm a filmmaker. I act. I do a number of things. I mean, like freelance videography. I also do this, DoorDash. And I was taking photos for, like, I would go to schools. You know, when you get school pictures, I was a photographer as well. I'm laid off until February. So, yeah, between now and then, it's like, and it kind of sucks because I could use that job right now more than ever, because the holidays get crazy. Everything gets so expensive. You got Christmas shopping and other things going on. I definitely have a lot of experience, yeah. And that's the thing, like, maybe in the future I will put like a YouTube channel together where it's like all BTS stuff, so I could like show off like acting reels or photography reels or videography reels, and maybe put some type of like, I don't know, maybe some type of filmmaking reel together or something. I guess I just haven't done that yet because I'm still very focused on the channel. There's still a lot of things I want to, excuse me, I would like to accomplish with the channel. Like, I've been doing a mixture of things. The vlogging, the, filming of skits, and, my adventures and everything, and, all that kind of stuff that I've been doing. And I feel like I've been branching out lately. Well, I was, and I made a couple videos that were kind of straying away from what I was doing. Thank you, I appreciate that. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, do what makes you happy, for sure. That's the answer to life. That's the key to life right there. Do what makes you happy. A lot of people feel the need to, like, success is happiness. Like, they feel like once they have this thing, that it's gonna solve all their problems. And it just doesn't work that way. Kind of a good wake-up call for me, honestly, because I kind of had that thought. I was like, well, once I get here, it'll be that much better, and then it'll be like climbing a ladder. But like, when you stop and you look at the big picture, there's always going to be something going on. There's always going to be some obstacle. There's always going to be some kind of thing that doesn't make you feel like you're at where you need to be. What is this? Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with me, because I know not everybody is like this, but I have a problem with being satisfied with things. I understand celebrating small wins. Thank you, I appreciate that. I understand celebrating small wins and not being like, because it can go the other way. You can be complacent. You can feel like you've done enough and you get complacent. That scares me more than being dissatisfied. I'd rather keep going and feeling like it's not enough. It's not enough, because truthfully, I'll be completely 100% honest with all of you guys. Like, I enjoy what I do, but I'm constantly feeling like it's not enough. And it's not a matter of being like, I need to prove myself, but for my own being, my own, like, to quench my own thirst. It just doesn't, the more I do, the more I see holes in what I'm doing, and I want to do better. And I contribute that to my creative mind. Maybe that's kind of what, it's like a blessing and a curse. I'm a very creative person, and so I'm always trying to find ways to do things better. Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. You got to put yourself in it. You have to fail to be successful. You have to fail, and you have to bump into walls and figure it out. That's the only way you can do that. Well, I know what it is. See, the thing about the content that I make, could I make content that speaks volumes to people? And what I mean by that is, you look at my last 2 videos. I'm not talking about the lives. I'm talking about the trending stuff, the stuff with Jake Paul, the AI stuff. Now, there's a lot of content that I do want to go down with, like, I want to go down that path and make content like that. And I'm doing it now, but it's also very important for me to do what makes me happy. And like, that stuff does make me happy, but I can't box myself in. I need variety. So it's the reason why my channel is the way that it is. Like, could I be that channel that focuses on one niche and does that to the full extent? Of course. Like, yes, I'm experimenting now, kind of doing that. And I've done videos in the past that weren't storytelling, weren't vlog related. But even when you look at the new stuff that I put out, it tells a story just in a different format. But regardless of everything that I'm talking about, the point is the stuff that I've put out recently is more, it talks more to people are that are looking for like trending videos, because they're the ones that go far, right? Like, let's just say I made a video about a celebrity versus I make a video about my vlog, and I might be storytelling and there might be a lot of value there, you know, because I always like to bring value to whatever video I'm working on. There's always going to be if it's a vlog, there's going to be some type of solution to what's going on. I'm going to describe something. I'm going to teach you something. You're going to walk away from a video of mine. You're either going to get entertainment or education, or you're going to get both. And I try to put as much value as I can, but there's no comparison if I was to just do what's trending. And that is the whole reason why and maybe it's not, but I would say 98% the reason why my channel hasn't gone to a height where I guess some people would think that it would go to. It's because of those reasons right there. It's because I'm telling my story through my perspective. Am I doing it in a way where it relates to people? Of course. That's the whole point. It's relatable content. If I've gone through it, you've gone through it. And the only reason why that I know that is because it's not just a me concept. It's not, how do I explain this? Like, it pertains to everybody. You know what I mean? It's like, it's as simple as saying something like, I woke up today, you know, I thought it was going to be a good day. I was hopeful. I get in my car to go to school or something. And as I'm driving to school, I get a flat tire and I'm waiting on the side of the road, and I'm sitting here like I'm late for class now. I got to wait for this tow truck. And these are things that are inevitable to happen, right? These are things that people go to. Now, I tell a story about that happening to me. You can relate to that. You can be like, oh, I've been there. You know, I've dealt with that sort of thing. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be late or cut close, or even the video where I talked about, or not talked about, but even the video where I got lost in the mall. Like, that really happened. People get lost. People get lost in places. They don't know where their car is. They don't know where this is or that is. That's relatable. So these are things that I know they're inevitable to talk about, to like bring into my story and my video or whatever video that I'm working on. But that's just what it is, you know? And, you know, if I wake up tomorrow and I did a video on Britney Spears, people are going to watch that video. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt. They're going to watch that over a video that could give you a lot of value, could teach you a lot of things. But because I'm covering Britney Spears and the dances that she's doing on Instagram, people are going to tune in to watch that because they want to see what I think about it. They want to see. It's not just about what I think about it, but because it's somebody that they're familiar with. That's really what it comes down to. It's somebody that they're familiar with. It's somebody that they know on a big scale, so they're going to follow it. They're going to watch it. It's just that simple. I could make a video about Mark Wahlberg, like, oh, guess what Mark Wahlberg said? Guess what he said, ... People want to look at that. What did Mark Wahlberg say? He's a big time actor. I can't believe he said this. In the thumbnail, maybe I'm just like, I can't believe it. Maybe I'll write that on there in text. I can't believe he did this. Mark Wahlberg said this. People are gonna flock to it. Even if they don't necessarily care about Mark Wahlberg, they don't think he's a great actor. Oh, what did he do? It's gossip, it's drama. And that's another thing. You watch my channel, It's not a gossip channel. It's not me giving my opinion about what somebody else is doing. Exactly. Now, I think there is value in doing such a thing. I think there are, like the AI video, there's value in that. When I covered 2 of those AI videos, there's value in those. But you got to know where the value is. You got to know, and I get it. Some of it's just entertainment. Entertainment is a value. It's not always education. If I can make you laugh, if I can make you forget about whatever's going on, if I can, I don't know, bring light to a certain situation, then you got value out of it. But yeah, I mean, I could go on for like a few more minutes, but that's what it really comes down to. I'm just not how do I put this? I don't want to say anything negative, because there's a lot of creators out there that do a good job at covering trending topics, and even I do it, just not to the extent of some other channels. But there are channels out there that strictly cover trending topics. And here's the thing, guys, truthfully, that's something that I've been branching out and doing. But it doesn't mean that because I'm experimenting again with my content and I'm going to go down different avenues, it does not mean that I'm not going to, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop putting these vlogs together or making entertaining videos. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing that. But at the end of the day, it's not all of what I'm into. So you are going to get some of those videos. You're going to get more of them because I am experimenting. And who knows where this is going to go. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's still a lot of material that I'm playing with. But I've been on here for a while now. I got to get back to work. It's getting later. I wish I could just do this. Trust me, I wish I could do content full time, but until I can, I'm having to work and do different things. But if you can all do me a favor, and everybody that's watching this, I'm not going to say please. I'm not even going to beg you. All I'm going to say is that I can confidently say that I make quality content. Consider subscribing to my channel. There is a lot in the works. There is a lot of good videos that I'm putting together. And I get it. Good is subjective. But I can tell you right now that I work hard and I stand by the work that I do. I don't cut corners. I try to make every video as cinematic as I can. I think you've all seen my vlogs and you know that I go all out when I make my vlogs. And there's always a reason to watch my vlogs. It's never a vlog where I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this. This is what I'm eating. Like, you're gonna get a story out of the vlog of some sort. My take on people reacting to videos, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but the problem is there are some people out there that kind of stay quiet in the corner and let the video do its thing and just watch it with you. If you want to chime in and give your thoughts, I think that's great. But what I would do, if I was a reaction type style content that I'm putting out, if that was my niche, I would watch the video. Let's say they're doing something in that video. I think about halfway through the video, I would try whatever they are trying in the video. I would explore it and see, hey, does this really work? Am I capable of doing it? To make it fun, not just watching it, not just weighing in and giving your opinion on the matter. Although I think that's doing more than some of these creators. There are creators out there that will watch and react, and they'll give you like, they'll give you a synopsis. But to be honest, there's also a decent amount of creators out there that are just kind of watching and staying silent, maybe to like say something every now and then. But that's just what I would do. I'm kind of biased. Like, I mean, I have an opinion, but I'm not really going to go too hard, and that's pretty much the best I can say on that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you got to do what makes you happy, and if that makes somebody happy, then I don't want to say that they can't do that. But that's just how I would do it. If I was to react, that's exactly what I would do. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I mean, if they're doing like the minimal, like they're just kind of like, oh, this is cool or whatever, and they're not really like saying much about the content or what's going on. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, at least talk about it. At least be like, this is something that I would like to try. I wonder how difficult it is. And you could even voice that to the viewers. You can even say like, hey, like, I'm going to attempt to do this. And that would make the video even better if you did something like that. Because in these situations, failing is just as successful as it being a success. Like, somebody does a stunt that they're reacting to, and you want to try that stunt. Now, I'm not saying that if it's something that's very dangerous, go ahead and do it. But if it's something stupid, why not try it? I mean, I think your viewers are going to appreciate that much more than you just watching it and saying, oh, that's cool. So, yeah, that's my take on it. That's how I feel about it. All right. Does anybody want to ask me one more question before I get back to work? I've got like 3 minutes. It looks worse with the light. I will say, I miss posting. Yes, I'm going live, and I've been going live for the past, I don't know, 4 days or whatever. But I miss making a video. And it's not been so long, but we're going on 2 weeks now. And 2 weeks is too long. I miss being able to edit and put together a video and do all the pre-production, the writing, and all that sort of thing. I'm still writing, I will say, but I haven't the past couple days. It's also because of Thanksgiving. But yeah, I just miss constructing a video. And although I do have videos that are together and I have videos that are mapped out, I'm not really able to do a whole lot with that. I can film, but as far as putting these videos out there, I can't. For one, I can't export, and two, I can't make these complex edits because, for whatever reason, my computer is just crapped out. It's just had enough. But I got to get back to work. I'm actually about to get back to work here to answer your question. So it was nice talking with you guys. I definitely did not think it was going to go this long. This actually started with me voicing my opinion about Adobe Premiere Pro. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Maybe I will be back on later. If not, I'll see you guys soon. All right? All right, see you guys.